Now, what's the cost, Steve, to get into the Taste of Elizabeth event?
It's $30 if you purchase your tickets ahead of time, $40 if you purchase your ticket at the door.
And that entitles you to walk through and sample food for 3.5 hours.
Most,
That's right.
The restaurants are set up to provide a tasting of 2 or 3 of their specialties to everybody. Mm-hmm. So it's a great event, and you have an opportunity to taste a variety of different types of foods from different types of restaurants.
And last year when I went through it, when we didn't tie it into Restaurant Week, it was quite crowded.
Well, prepare yourself, brace yourself, because there are going to be more people this year.
Come early. It should be even. And last year we were right at the start of the economic downturn, and I think people were a little panicked, and I thought sales were a little bit down. But this year the restaurants aren't afraid anymore. They're out in force, and I think the people are going to come out.
And how is the response ticket sales this early?
I was surprised.
Well. Yeah, surprisingly well.
It's going very well. So we haven't closed out ticket sales. They're still available.
Oh, sure.
And a lot of people purchase at the door. If they can register ahead of time and pick up their tickets at the event.
Right.
So they can pay ahead of time and pick them up right there.
Yeah, if they let us, I'm glad you brought that up. If they let us know they want to come beforehand, we'll mark them down. We'll have a will call list at the door, so they still get the $30 ticket, not the $40 if they just let us know.
And how do people purchase tickets?
They can go online and purchase tickets.
So what's the website?
The website.
Taste of
Elizabeth.
TasteofElizabeth.com?
No, it's DineElizabethNJ.com. DineElizabethNJ.com.
Right. That's easy. DineElizabethNJ.com.
And that website ties into both Taste of Elizabeth and Restaurant Week, so they can see.
I guess there's a connection to the Rotary website as to. Well,
absolutely.
Yeah. If you want a Rotary website, there are links that'll bring you over.
And that's ElizabethRotary.org.
ElizabethRotary.org. Mm-hmm. You told me there's 30 restaurants signed up, and they participate in Restaurant Week. And are they? We have a great ethnic contingency here in Elizabeth. Is the restaurant signed up different ethnicities as well?
Yes, very much so. From every
so you can get
Spanish,
an empanada, or you
Portuguese,
can get
right? There's Italian,
you can get Italian
Portuguese,
spaghetti if you want.
Colombian. There's a new Peruvian restaurant that just opened on Bayway. Toomey. So, and right, we have an Indian restaurant coming from Mountainside, who I've known for years, and so they'll be
an Indian restaurant so it's not only Elizabeth restaurants then.
No, there's a few from surrounding areas.
A lot from the surrounding, not a lot, but we have about 10% of the restaurants participating are from surrounding communities.
Okay, and they're part of Restaurant Week as well.
Yes.
Okay. Mm-hmm. Now the ticket price that benefits the Rotary.
Yes.
And the work.
But through the generosity of Mr. Kellogg, as well as some local
dictionaries, every third grader in Elizabeth School, I almost said high school, in the Elizabeth school system, and also in Hillside.
Right. We have our scholarship program, which you've been kind enough to come to over the years. That's generally $17,000 in scholarships a year. So.
And you fund it out of this?
Part of the money goes into the scholarship fund, right?
One of the things we're looking to do this year is an adult literacy program, and we've had discussions with the library, the director, and also Union County literacy volunteers. And the program that we're looking at is called CALS, C-A-L-S. It's Computer Assisted Literacy Solutions. And it was used on the West Coast to a great success, and we're looking to implement it here.
Steve and Ken, we're going to take a break, run some commercials, and come back and talk more about Restaurant Week, as well as what your thoughts are and how the restaurants benefit from this. So please stay with us.
Thank you.
For Steve and Ken, I'm Chris Bollwage. Please stay with us after these messages, back with more about Restaurant Week in the city of Elizabeth. Welcome back to our city, where I'm joined by Steve Hafer and Ken Ricuzzo of the Elizabeth Rotary Club, and talking about the first ever Restaurant Week in the city of Elizabeth. One of the things we talked about before the break is the restaurants. You have more than ever, and are they hurting? You think this is good for the restaurant business? What's going on?
I definitely think it's good. All the restaurants we've talked with, Business has been soft during this recession period, and they're looking for something to stimulate business, to give it a little jump start, and they're looking to this event to help them out.
It's been my experience that right after this event, they get a real big boost in attendance.
I would think some of the people who go there and sample the free food would say, hey, I might want to go to this restaurant.
There were some, I remember the first one we did 2 years ago, I was getting calls on the Tuesday from the restaurants saying that they were getting orders from people that were there the night before that just called in the next day and were ordering lunches and food and takeout and whatnot. So yeah, it's a real good boost for their business.
Now, you said Janice was responsible for all the legwork on this. Did she do? Is there other people that did legwork on this, or?
No, I said she had the best legs of anybody doing.
Oh, here we go. I hope she doesn't watch this show.
I knew he deteriorated into this eventually. And also Elizabeth Avenue Partnership.
Right.
Dave
Larry
Strojak?
Stroh and
Right.
Larry Franchini. They've got their niche carved up there on Elizabeth Ave. So
Well, let me tell you, between Dave and Larry and Janice, they know all the restaurants in the downtown area.
Oh, yeah.
And Gordon
And Gordon
with
as
Myra,
well.
they've helped us out.
Gordon
also.
and Myra have been
Right.
on?
Yes.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Okay.
So we've
Well,
got
Gordon,
a nice,
being Orthodox, doesn't eat in these restaurants.
Well,
No,
Myra
Myra
does.
Oh, Myra does.
Yeah,
Okay.
so,
Okay.
Yeah, she's been a great help too. So
That's
we've
good.
got a nice team working here to put this together.
And did you have to entice some of the restaurants to participate? I mean, what's in it for them? Did you?
Actually, we were very lucky. We've got the Board of Health would go with us to try to. No, only kidding.
That's got to be a joke.
Kidding,
God.
only joke.
You'll wind up getting me
we
in
didn't-
trouble.
No. Really, it didn't take much of a sell.
No, it's been
When we tell people what's in it as far as the advertising, the promotional efforts between the cable television, the newspapers, the print material that's being produced.
They're all going to be listed, in other words.
yes, right. So besides the hands-on at the event, there'll be a lot of publicity.
The
Their
event has
names
its
will be
own
out there.
website, so all these things.
Yeah.
Because it doesn't cost the restaurant anything to do this, does it? Or
Well, if they do the event, their cost is what it costs them in food and.
So it's their overhead.
It's their overhead.
And
But they don't
we
pay
ask-
you anything.
No.
Well, we asked them for a $50 gift certificate, which is raffled out the night of the event of Taste of Elizabeth.
But there's no fee per se.
so that $50 gift certificate, I'm sure all the restaurants are
Right.
be more than happy to do that, because if you win it, you're going to spend more than the 50
That's
to
right,
begin with.
Absolutely.
So
Yeah.
Okay. If they don't participate in Taste of Elizabeth, but they participate in Restaurant Week, then there's a $200 fee
For the advertising.
for the advertising.
for the advertising. So that's only affecting about 8 restaurants, right?
Right.
The
Yeah.
other ones are doing the
More
overhead.
Yeah. More
Oh, so that's probably a pretty fair balance, and they participate with their food, and they get the advertising as part of that thrown in the food. And the $50, that's a pretty fair
I think it's
thing.
a good deal.
Oh,
It is. Yeah, I think, especially in this economy, it's not. It doesn't hurt, and I think the benefits they'll get out of it will be far better than
The menus
the
that each
cost.
of these restaurants decide to have, we publish it so that we give them copies to be inserted into their regular menus during that week. And those menus are also found on the website.
Now, would this be for lunch and dinner, or would this be strictly for lunch? Or it's up to in other words,
It's up to the
It's up
restaurant.
to the restaurant, yeah. But it seems like it's more geared towards what I've seen so far. It looks like it's more geared towards dinner than lunch.
so they'll slip it in there, and they'll say because of the size of the portions, like you're saying, what they're offering,
Yeah.
and
Right.
they'll say Restaurant Week in Elizabeth, and you can have this for a fixed price of $20, $40, whatever it is.
And we'll also have their menus printed up at the event too, so that people can take
They'll
them
see
right,
what will be
right with
offered.
it. They'll see what's
You're doing that, or
Yes,
they're
Yeah,
we're
we're
doing that.
you're printing up their menu, their regular menu?
No, their
They're-
special
they're
restaurant
special
week
restaurant
Oh, I see.
restaurant week
menu. Right,
menus.
so people
Okay.
can take that with them, and
And
then the
for-
rest of the week they can go back and
They can go back, in other words,
Yes,
they'll
orders.
take that and they
Right,
can go
take
back
that
and they
with
want to so they know what it is.
right.